Now that we've had the weekend to kind of let prices adjust for the Dueling Mirrors tins, let's go ahead and take a look at where the market is. So I want to start off by saying thank you to anyone who has supported me over this last week and a half while we struggled to deal with some car issues. Good news, we did end up being able to get a new vehicle. It's a 2012 Hyundai Elantra, had 82,000 miles on it. We got a pretty decent price, low interest rate, so we ended up okay. We have a safe, reliable vehicle now, and one that's not going to be ridiculously bad on gas like the minivan was. So again, shout out to anybody who bought anything from my Whatnot or my TCG player. Use the Amazon links. Thank you so much. It was greatly appreciated, and I'm happy that now we have a reliable vehicle to work with, you know? So thanks again. The next thing, we had an OCG Banlist come out. At the time of recording, like an hour ago, I think. So, we're gonna go over this real quick. Beatrice is banned. Okay, that's fine. These limits are kind of concerning here with Trident and Masterpiece finally coming back. We can expect buyouts to happen on Trident and Masterpiece, kind of like we saw with Glow Up Bulb, MX Saber Invoker, and some other ones that got, you know, brought back on the OCG list. We do see repercussions happen in the TCG. Dragoon is finally back. This was banned. Snatch Steel, yes, we already have that. Diabelle and Poplar both getting limited, along with Engraver, along with Phantom, along with Tract, along with Bonfire, along with Genroku. Or Chundra, whatever the orange one is. Genroku is the yellow one. And that's not even everything. Semi-limits. Ava, Terrortop, Pank, Invoker, what is this, Lecter Pendulum, Gold Sark is kind of interesting, Fusion Destiny, Branded Opening, Max C is semi-limited from 3, Nightmare Throne, and the card behind the webcam is Gozen Match. Unlimited, it's the 4 Dragon Rulers, Plush Fire, Spiral Quick Fix. Concerning because they still have Master Plan. They have Full Power Spiral legal in the OCG format now. Zeus is back to 3. Kieran is back. Raigeki, My Friend Pearly, and Lightning Storm also down here. So it's an insanely huge list. It'll be interesting to see kind of what the top decks are. With this Engraver limit, it makes the Fiendsmith engine dead. Like, it completely kills it. Your whole combo revolves around 2 Engraver. For like maximum consistency, yes, you could still go into like the extra deck monsters and still get something, but is it even going to be worth a few slots anymore if the consistency isn't there? Beatrice is gone, so the best rank 6 isn't there. 1 Engraver, 1 Tract, 1 Bonfire, 1 Poplar, 1 Diabelle, like 1 Phantom too. Like, it's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see if Dragon Rulers can perform since they're at 3. I doubt it. I think Power Creep is a little too much. Spiral is going to be interesting. Full Power Spiral, see how that performs in the 2024 metagame. A lot of interesting things here to look at. This is the same thing, but this is from YG Organization, and this is all in text. So if you guys would prefer this, I'll leave both these links in the description of this video. But a lot of changes. Some of the more important ones being Masterpiece. So he's finally coming back in OCG to 1. And we have already seen movements. I'm actually going to refresh this, since I'm sure there's been more movements even since I pulled this up. So, near mint firsts. 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. These are all today. Selling for around the $30 mark. This is probably foreign. Yeah, Italian. That's not too bad. That's kind of where it's been sitting for the last couple months, ever since our last banlist speculation. It was, God, I think at one point it was as low as 15s. Let's go back and check. Yeah, about 15s here for near mint firsts, and it's about double that right now. So if you guys still need your 1 Masterpiece, I don't even know if you should get it. You probably should have just had it in the band binder ready to go, but I can't justify $30 for a single card that may or may not come back to the TCG at all, you know? So do what you will. If you really like the deck, go ahead and pick up your set just to have. Otherwise, just I feel like this one, it will probably come back to TCG at some point, but is it worth the $30 right now? Maybe, maybe not. I'll leave that decision up to you guys. I already have my one copy, so I'll be good there. Trident. All copies of this are still kind of where they've been sitting for the last little bit. The golds are pennies. The original secrets are a few bucks, and then the Megaton secrets, I actually want to kind of click into here. Near mint firsts, yeah, they're about $1.50, $2. Big wall here. Yeah, so these are very accessible. And then if we go back to the Raging Tempest secret near mint first. Yeah, about $6 on these. Up to 7s and 8s. Not too many listings here. So if you want to just have a copy of Trident just in case she comes off the list, just get the Megaton one. Or if you don't care about the golds, just get the golds since they're cheap. But yeah, Megaton Secret is where I would prefer. I think that's what my playset of Trident is. Dragoon. So this probably won't see a ton of movement in the TCG just because it's been unlimited here for, God, ages. I don't think it was ever hit. If it was, let me know. Correct me, please. But I don't think this is going to see any movements, but you do have a lot of high rarities because of the rarity collection, plus you have this original Starlight Out of Brothers a Legend if you really want the maximum bling. As for some non-tin reprints, Exodia Head from last year's tin kinda almost makes it worth going back and opening these Dueling Heroes tins. Because this promo alone is approaching $20 because people want the Exodia Head to match their QCR limbs. They want the full matching rarity set. And yeah, you're going to be paying 20-something bucks dang near for the Exodia Head. I will probably end up getting rid of my other two because what's the point in keeping them if they're 15 plus, you know, when I got them at $1.50. Makes no sense. Auxilla. Auxilla was in Legacy of Destruction, so it was very likely that it wasn't going to be reprinted. So when the rest of the Centurion core got reprinted, or most of it anyway, Auxilla shot way up. This was a $1 to $2 secret towards the beginning of its life cycle. And yeah, with the Centurion reprints, it's like, well, we get the whole core for like $50, $60. Let's go pick up the other pieces we're missing. And everybody swarmed to pick up their Auxillas. So that's what you get when these Megatons come out. There's always going to be little pieces of each deck that are not reprinted. And you just kind of have to be on the lookout in the, you know, month or two prior to the Megatons releasing, which cards are more likely to spike. And this was one of those that was pretty predictable in my opinion. I didn't pick any up because I have no interest in the core or in this deck, so big loss there. You could have gotten them at 2s and resold at 13 to 15. But that's not too bad. Druis Worm has been climbing up too. I don't know exactly why, exactly the use case for this, but in the last month and a half to 2 months, he's gone up a few bucks. There are some copies here available at the 15-ish mark, including a big wall here. But after that wall is gone, how many duelists is it going to take to wipe that out? Way too many. Like 50? Dang near 50 buying a whole playset? Crazy. But yeah, after that wall's gone, it's going to be hitting like the $16+ mark. I don't know exactly why this is coming back. It could be due to the popularity of light and dark decks with the Fiendsmith engine, that kind of thing. That's my assumption anyway. Oh, and then we got Raging Phoenix. Raging Phoenix didn't get reprinted. Yep, that's All you need to know, Raging Phoenix didn't get reprinted. It's one of the best fire end board pieces. And it was as low as, I think I saw these hit 15s for a while, but now they're quickly back up to the $30+ range. If you guys can get a Soul Burning Volcano box for like 25, $30, oh, don't pay 30, pay 25, please. I guess 30 wouldn't be too bad, but if you guys can get these for cheap, it's kind of worth a gamble, because if you do pull this, you're making your whole money back on the box easily. The Ghost being this low is terrifying. But then, yeah, every other Ultra is like a couple dollars, if even. So really, your only reason for buying these boxes are to pull the Raging Phoenix or pull the Sunlight Wolf. Because I don't see any of these decks doing anything in the near future. Eperly Nora is another one. This one should have been in the tins, but they just chose not to reprint it, I guess, which kind of sucks, because this was as low as $1 or $2, and now it's quickly shot back up, and it was since like all these months after Duelist Nexus released, and then Rarity Collection 2 with all the Pearly reprints, and then, you know, it kind of settled back down because Pearly's not playing, and then Megaton released. Oh, it's back up to that price again, so just wait for it to, you know, be printed again. It may take a Bonanza slot, or maybe like an OTS Super or something weird like that, but these are sitting like $5 to $7 per copy. I'm pretty sure now every single Pearly card except for this has received a reprint. I was looking at the Pearly cards in the tins here on Saturday, and they were all like quarters. I was so tempted to get like 3 sets of the Pearly tin cores, just to have, because it seemed to me anyway that those cards being a quarter was just criminal for how loved this deck is and was. Emmett, Centurion Emmett, you know, the bulk Ultra that you didn't want to see out of Valiant Smashers? Yeah, it didn't get reprinted, so it's worth money now. If you guys held on to these when they were, you know, at the $1 range for months, congrats, because they are 7s, lowest verified being 10. Not awful for bulk. Walls of the Imperial Tomb. You guys want to play Horus? Yep, you guys want to pay $35 each for your M-Setties? Hey, that bulk super field spell, man, yeah, you're going to be paying $3.50 for it at the minimum. So yeah, this was cents, and now it's $3.50 at the lowest for 2 sets before it's quickly up to $4 and beyond. 15 listings. People are very feral over this Horus engine. I have not seen this many low listings for an engine in so long. It's actually kind of crazy. Caesar Valius also did not get reprinted. You know, the big VS guy. Yeah, he didn't get reprinted. Shocker. So yeah, he's quickly up to 20+ when he was literally $1.70, $2, because VS was not seen play. What floodgate was it that kind of killed this deck? With the hit of it, there can be only one, maybe? It was one of those decks that really, or one of those floodgates that really hurt the consistency of this deck. 7th Ascension. So this is on the rise for 7th Tachyon, the whole light duelist stuff. That's the reason why this is on the rise. If we look at Duels from the Deep, it's kind of the same situation that we saw with Soul Burning Volcano. When we switch high to low, you either pull the Ghost or you pull this card, and even then you don't even make all your money back. You'd have to pull like Abyss Shark, Droplet, Sonar, and then 7th Ascension or the Ghost to make your money back on the box. So not worth it in my opinion. However, this set I really did enjoy, namely because of the Bahamut Shark rare, and also some of the other like Shark support was pretty neat. But again, these Duelist pack Legendary Duelist boxes, they were kind of duds, and they have been for quite a while. I hope they're able to revamp these in some sort of way before we get the Light Duelist pack. Guardian Eotos Secrets. This is OG Secrets out of Stardust Overdrive. You may wonder why we're looking at this, huh? Yeah, why does the secret have 10 listings? You want to know why? Edison. It's always Edison. So this just won our bet, which, you know, is a big Edison tournament. It won our bet, 3 Eotos in main in a Glad Beast deck. And people keep saying Edison is solved, but then people come up with these weird little tech choices and just shock the whole community with it. OG Secrets are pretty much gone at the first eds. You're going to be looking at $600. There's 2 different copies here. And these have moved a little. One sold at the $150, but if we go look at the unlims, since the Stardust Overdrive first eds are really hard to find, so you really just want to look at the unlims. Unlims are also kind of gone. Genocyber, shout out Genocyber, man. He's a part of the Robbie and John Discord. See him all the time. 140 here for a playset, otherwise 200 here for a playset. And there was a little bit of movement here. The unlims were sitting at 60s-ish, and now they are double that. So if you guys have them and would like to make a trade with somebody, now's probably your time to do it while they shot up double in price. Kizaru is on the climb again. Well, not necessarily on the climb, but the sales rates are, you know, climbing. 13 listings available with, what is that, 5 of them being foreign? That's ridiculous. $30 for Kizaru. Never mind, he is climbing. Just the market price here doesn't reflect that. Yeah, $30 for Kizaru when it was 15. Let's look at sales, because I do want to see how these have been selling. Yeah, there's been numerous sales here at the $25 to $30 range. That is ridiculous. And this is Italian. Yeah, and this is all within the last few days. Like, these $15 to $20 copies got wiped out, and now you're going to be paying 30 plus for Kizarus. If you guys want to play the Secret 6 Sam deck for Rhoda, yep, good luck. Hopefully you have your Kizarus, because imagine spending $100 for a playset of this in 2024. I wanted to touch on Pot of Greed Quarter Century, just because I haven't really looked at this in a long time. There's 17 listings, and they're about $95. Somebody has a whole playset here, before they're quickly up and up to the $115 mark, which I haven't really checked on these because, yeah, I just haven't really checked on them. I kind of forgot they existed. And we're about up and past where they were on the initial release of the pot collection, but then the supply came in, and then it was such a scarce product that, oh, hey, people are wanting these. Let's, you know, the price is going to climb. Supply and demand. Now, getting into the tins. Let me refresh this just in case any data has changed. So, high to low, SP is 55. SP is 55. That's crazy. That is actually, I'm pretty sure this is around where the OG secret is, and it's kind of the same thing pretty consistently here with these reprints. If they got reprinted in a secret slot and they were a secret to begin with, the Megaton prints and the OG secrets are kind of syncing up. It's the same thing with Thrust, it's the same thing with Imseti. Right here, it's the same thing with Diabellstar, it's the same thing with Wanted. Chaos Angel, all of these are kind of syncing up with their original prints. Quem is pretty close. I'm pretty sure they're both around 10. King Sark did get the buyout on day 1, actually like hour 6 of the tins being officially on TCG Player for all sellers. Ground Xeno's really low on listings and continues to climb. Primera's damn near non-existent on TCG Player. Same with the Raigeki, Altar, and Typhon. Transaction rollback is still pretty plentiful for the secret. Otherwise, everything else is very, very low on listings. Bonfire is almost to $30, which is crazy. Holy hell. QCR DMG has fallen. You know, a lot of listings of this. Whereas the SDK Blue Eyes, there's half the, even 3 times, almost 4 times lower listings on the Blue Eyes as opposed to the DMG. Dissipator sitting comfortably around 11. However, the listings are kind of getting low, so do pay attention to Dissipator. And also watch Trident Dragion. If this does see play, if more people are picking up Tenpai and Tenpai starts topping events and stuff, this copy will climb because it's the more recent version. Yes, I know it has 3 other prints. It has the Ultra, the Ulti, and the OG Secret out of Legendary Collection 5Ds. But people will want the more modern print just because they will assume it's cheaper because it came out more recently. So do keep an eye on that. On to page 2. Again, we continue to see buyouts. Red Eyes, Trudea, Emblema, Tuning Alt Art, Crimson Dragon, all pretty low on listings. Arius the Lab Butler, 16 listings, about the $4 mark. I knew $2 or whatever these were was way too low for this card, given that, every lab deck is going to need these. Invocation Alt Art is also getting bought out. No real shock there. Rise Heart is very low on listings. I assume Tier Cash will follow, especially with Tier Cash being flexible to play in either Cash or Tier. So watch that. Yama also has pretty much doubled since the last time I looked at it. This was around the 2-something mark. Gazelle is also pretty low on listings. We have Theosis, 13 listings. I assume some of these other secrets will continue to get bought out as, more and more people are picking up these cards. I suspect Chimera is probably going to end up going. Rev Synchron, 43 listings. Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. I don't really know anything that's playing Rev Synchron at the moment. Mind Castle in the TCG exclusive is 22 listings. The quarter centuries are all pretty healthy, in my opinion. Terratop is at 30 listings, which is getting kind of low comparatively. So keep an eye on Terratop. However, Pank over here has 76 listings. And same thing here with Toon Kingdom at 72. I really feel like these and Bahamut Shark and even like UDF, I feel like these are really nice quarter centuries to have. Pank, because it has to come back to 3 at some point. Fenrir is just better Pank in every way, and it's still at 3, so there's no reason that Pank should stay at 2. And when this inevitably comes to 3, people are going to want their high rarity version. Yes, it has an OGCR. Do people like OGCRs? Maybe like 6 people in the world. Shout out Justin. But most of the people are going to want their shiny quarter century, so they're all going to flock to Pank. So this could easily be a $5 to $10 card in the future. Mechaba Alt Art, we're kind of seeing the same trend with all of the Alt Arts. They're all getting bought out and targeted. Next would be Limiter, because Limiter is at 30 listings compared to the 10 to 15 that every other Alt Art is at. So watch this Alt Limiter removal in the next couple days. Sanctifier, $2, that's fine. These tokens I feel like are kind of low on listings too. Yeah, they're tokens, but so the rumor is that if you see this Kaiba token when you're opening packs, that you should be getting a good hit, like a Trident or an SP or an Imseti, and also Imseti and SP have been being pulled back to back in a lot of different tins and cases. So some weird little correlations here from watching mass openings. Time Terry Morganite sitting about the $2 mark with very low listings. If you're going to be playing Runic or like Stun, you're going to need copies of this. Not necessarily a whole playset, but who knows, maybe ratios will change with the new Morganite that's coming out. Oh, what do we got on page 3? We got Raisin getting lower on listings. Chimera Tech is still very plentiful at the $2 mark. I said when the pre-sales launched that $3 for this card seemed really, really good, given its popularity in Edison, with the Sidras being a common side deck choice. So do keep an eye on these. I still am very confident in saying that the $3 range on these is very, like, appealing, especially given the popularity of this in, you know, Edison and it being a Cyber Dragon card. So do keep an eye on that. Blackwing Dragon, too, is very tempting here at this $2 mark, $1.50 mark. Just because it's a Signer Dragon, and people love their Signer Dragons. As soon as we get Power Tool Dragon, and maybe even like Life Stream Dragon, if they decide to do both of them, I really feel like people are going to go back and try to get these quarter centuries of the other Signer Dragons that they missed out on. So who knows, maybe they'll come back and get the RDA, maybe they'll go for the AFD quarter century out of Rarity Collection. But all of the other Signer Dragons are available as tin quarter centuries, so keep that in mind. It may be, you know, worthwhile to go look at AFD. Snake Eyes Ash is like $1. Gravekeeper's Inscription, on launch day, I saw these as low as 30 cents. And I was like, yeah, there's no way that card stays 30 cents for too long. And as I was putting copies into my cart, they were just getting bought for me left and right before I could check out. You're sitting about the $1.50 mark. If these graveyard decks make a comeback, like if Kit Kolos ever comes back to 1, or more of these graveyard decks come back, this card will see some niche tech play against those kinds of decks. So do keep this in the back of your mind. What else do we have? First Movement Solo is like $2. Ostinato still has not gotten the reprint, which is crazy. Scapegoat is really plentiful here with the quarter century being like $1.50. Yeah, you could get this, or you could get an SDJ Unlim Super for about the same price. That's kind of crazy. Big Wing Baphomet, Snake Eye Oak, 27 listings. That's actually kind of crazy. I did not expect that. Water Arabesque, too, is $2. However, I don't feel like Makanko is going to do a ton with Isolde Band. But it is something to keep in mind, just in case Makanko sees any play. Sleipnir is about $1. That's very tempting as a runic enjoyer. Oh, what else do we have? Duamatef, $1 for the secret. Not too bad. Oh, under $1. Any of these quarter centuries under $1, I feel like these are really... They should really be considered as penny stonks. Because it's a quarter century rare. And I just can't see a lot of these staying under $1 for long. Like, if people go back and play toss format, they're going to want their, quarter century gazelles. If people want to go back and play gadgets, like Edison gadgets or something, why not get the quarter centuries? Yes, I know there's a hobby league. Quarter centuries are way cheaper, and they're blingy. Guilty Gear Free 2 being under $1, since we saw this as a Super Poly tech choice against the, SP Baron boards. Yeah, that's kind of tempting. Yes, I know Baron's banned, but still, what's 50 to 80 cents for a card? That's I was gonna say soda money, but hell, that's not even soda money in this economy. Kind of crazy. As we get toward these later pages, again, we have Utopia Double. Utopia Double is a really good reprint, because this did see... It was like $15 for a solo print for the longest time. Giant Grinder is very accessible now. Shark Drake is very cheap. Tokusano, do keep an eye on this for the Ryugi archetype, whatever the rank 10 dinosaur archetype is out of Crossover Breakers. I haven't seen it performing anywhere. However, this is a card that they could utilize, so watch that. Giant Trainer, 84 listings, 50 cents. Yup. OG Secret was like 15 to 20 before this. Before it got the comment out of the Fire King structure. So keep an eye on that. Wakaushi too at 50 cents is really tempting. Red Eye Soul being probably the best-selling Ultra that I've seen. Actually, let's actually filter that and see. Rarity Ultra. Okay, it's up there. So it is the lowest listing Ultra, along with Stray Pearly Street at 15, Fusion Dupe at 19. So see, some of these Ultras are kind of being cleaned up. Yeah, kind of low listings on all of these. They're all 50 or under from what I'm seeing, which seems really low, but the Ultras, you get 3 per pack and there's 150 of them. And the secrets, you get 1 per pack and there's 100 of them. So the odds of pulling any given secret are still lower than pulling, you know, any given Ultra. Red Eye sold 19 listings. This was a rare out of the Maze set that it came out in. And a lot of these Pearly cards are upgrades. So these are very tempting here at the 50-cent sub mark. Pearly. Plump and Beauty. Oh, X Pearly Happiness didn't get the reprint either. This is something that I was looking at when I was actually looking to buy some Pearly cores. X Pearly Happiness did not get a tin reprint, so if you want high rarity, you're gonna have to get the CR. Otherwise, even the accessible version is like a quarter. Don't be shocked if we see this in maybe an OTS or maybe Bonanza. However, I don't think there's too many pieces left of Pearly that they have yet to reprint. So keep an eye on this, just in case, you know, the weird Pearly deck pops up and people flock to buy their cores. Going back to the tins, I kind of want to see how everything else is doing for Ultras. So let's go best selling, filter by Ultras. Yeah, Chimera Fusion is kind of low. Charvara, I'm surprised that's not a little higher. I know it has an OTS Super competing with it, but that's kind of shocking. Huli finally getting the foil is really cool too. Same with Dynamundo. Dynamundo getting a Ultra after it just got an OTS Super. I really wish they would stop doing this. Printing OTS prints of cards that just came out. They did it with Per Lily. They got an ulti from a common. They did it with Charvara that was a common originally. They got an OTS Super, and now a 10 Ultra, all within a year of it being printed. Oh, I just can't comprehend why they do the things that they do. But that wraps it up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the tins. I know some of the pull ratios kind of make it hard to fully enjoy it when you're not pulling the cards that you want. I still need a playset of Thrust, so I've opened, what, 6 tins now? Oh, I actually don't think I opened my last 3 on the channel. I pulled another DMG quarter century. And what else did I pull? See if I can find that real quick. Yeah, so I pulled a second DMG quarter century, so now I got 2. I have 2 Axel Synchro. I have 2 Pank. Did I pull anything else interesting out of here? I don't think my secrets were too good. I did just pull another Trident Dragion off of Whatnot. Invocation Altar, I don't know if that was from the first opening. Same with Arius. Favorite Contact is decent. Gazelle, Granguinol, Dark Corridor, Chimera, and then some Rescue Ace Ultras. And Ultras Scatter Fusion still really makes me mad. I don't know why they printed that. It was reprinted in last year's tins and in Pote, and then they reprinted it in this set. But we're not going to rant. We'll wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Stay safe. Go drink. Jesus. Go drink some water, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, guys.